Hi, good evening again. So welcome to today's section about the story of the pen in order to avoid misperception. Shall we begin? So first of all, tell me what it is. This is a pen, right? We use it for writing. So what will happen if I give this to a dog? It can chew it, right? Because it thinks it's a chew toy. So the question is, this thing is pen for a dog and no, a pen for a man and chew toy for a dog. So who is right? And the answer is both are right. Why? Because they are all different entity, and different entity can have different point of view, and this is very normal. So the first lessons of the story of the pen is that we have to respect the point of view of others. Okay, so we're gonna move to the next lessons. And imagine this time I put this thing in an empty room where there's no man, no dog at all. So what we call this right now, we call this nothing, right? Because the entity before the man and the dog are not nearby. So the intelligence say that this is the emptiness. The emptiness doesn't mean that this thing will disappear, but it wants to say that it has a limited potentiality in the way that it can receive countless point of view from the observers. I'm gonna see this throughout the following example. Remember, we put this thing in an empty room, right? It's showing the emptiness is emptiness. So what will happen if tomorrow I open the door and invite the dog to come back, and to the door this is a chew toy to chew, right? And instead of inviting the dog, I invite the man to come back, and to him this is a pen for writing. And if I invite both the dog and the man to come in the room, there will be two point of view exist at the same time, all right? And if I do in a larger scale, I invite 1,000 different people to come in the room, and there will be 1,000 different point of view exist at the same time, all right? So it's all want to say everything, including this, has the emptiness. That is the emptiness in the way that it has a limited potentiality, in the way that it can receive countless point of view from the observers, right? So we're gonna move to the third lesson, but before that I have two questions. The first one, we are telling that this thing can receive countless point of view from the observers, but before that, those countless points of view, where is it situating, right? And I was answered by the following illustration. In my hand, I hold a thing and I call this a pen. And the fact that it's called a pen, it comes from my mind or it comes from itself? And the answer is the fact that the pen is come from my mind. Why? Because if it comes from itself, the dog will see it as a chew toy, as a pen as well, and used for writing, right? So the first one, okay, I agree that the countless point of view come from my mind, come from the mind of the observer, who is me in this case, and my mind is large enough, limited enough to hold countless point of view. Okay, but can you tell me more exactly where is it in my mind? And I was given another illustration. I doubt that. For example, I doubt that it come from the part, will or want in my brain, in my mind. So I'm gonna make a check, and I close my eyes and I say that I want to change this thing, my point of view for this thing, from a pen to a diamond. Please help me to make it happen. And I want count 1, 2, 3 and open my eyes. And this still the pen, and we use it for writing, right? I still can write with this, so it's definitely still a pen, not a diamond. So I wonder if I'm doing something wrong, and the answer intelligence say that you do nothing wrong at all. You do just good so far, but you still cannot change your point of view because you are in lack of the seed in your mind, which is what you do certain thing, because when you do certain thing, it's gonna create an imprint in your mind, serving as a seed in your mind, growing at some point at a time, and covering an image on this thing. And if that image is a diamond, then you will call this a diamond. Then you succeed to change your point of view. Okay, so the third lesson meaning that we want to say that everything come from our mind, or more concretely come from what we do say and think. And the fourth lesson is that in this life, if we want to have something, we have to start seeding, no other choice. So the story of the pen is finished with 4 lessons. The first one, we have to respect the point of view of other. The second one, everything has its emptiness in the way that it can receive. It's in a way that it has limited potentiality, in the way that it can receive countless point of view from the observer. And the third lesson is everything is come from our mind, or more concretely, it comes from what we do, say, and think. And the fourth lesson is that in this life, we want to have something, we have to start the seeding. No other choice. So the story is very simple, but in fact it's very deep. Appear to be very simple, but in fact it's very deep. And to understand it deeper and deeper, day by day, we have to repeat this at least 3,000 times. So I hope that you will enjoy seeing me again tomorrow, repeating this story again until we reach 3,000 times. And see you until that time. See you until I see you. Bye bye and see you again.